Double up. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up.
What's going on, everybody? It's TKO Sneakers and the Fox. Welcome to Sneaker Fox Sneaker Watch, and this is Throwback Thursday. Got a special sneaker for this particular day. The sneaker actually dropped back in 2018. I'm actually wearing a shirt that actually dropped alongside this collab. It's a collaboration with Puma and Reform and also Meek Mill. I have done 2 previous videos on the other sneakers that dropped. The Puma Clyde Courts. There was a red colorway and a black colorway that dropped last year. And so this is the other sneaker, and this is the Clyde. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. And here we go. This is the Puma Clyde Reform. I do have the Clyde Courts in here, but if you look at that bin right there, both of the sneakers are all the way at the bottom, and I don't feel like going back and getting the other 2 sneakers, the Clyde Courts, the red and black one. But if you look at my previous videos, go back to my videos, you can see the other 2 previous videos and you can check those out. I'll probably even put a link in the description so you can click on it and take a look at the other 2 sneakers that dropped in this pack with this particular sneaker. I would say the red sneaker that dropped and these are the ones that actually came out together at the same time a little bit later in the year, in 2019. But the beginning of 2019, during Black History Month, that's when the black colorway dropped. The other ones, I'm trying to remember exactly when they dropped, but they dropped alongside the Reform, the Meek Mill movie that he had put out, which is all about reforming the jail system. We have a lot of African Americans, Hispanics, minorities that are still in incarceration, that shouldn't be incarcerated, that need to have their sentences looked at. And that's what the whole thing about reform is. And they've been able to utilize reform to get Meek Mill off probation. And I felt this was a great time with what we're going through right now. There's been a lot of unjustified killings of minorities by the police. And I felt that I wanted to utilize my platform, and I felt this sneaker, and I'm also wearing a Malcolm X hat, and as you see, the woke shirt. I decided to use my platform to go ahead and talk about these sneakers, but then also point out the injustice going on with these past couple of killings that have been going on. And these are just the killings that have been put on camera and that are getting the actual media coverage. But this is something that African Americans actually go through. It's way more than the media coverage that we're getting. For some reason, the media decides just to put out certain things, and then with social media, we can catch these things down on camera and put them in. There's been 2 recent killings of unarmed black men that are going on, and I think now it's time to utilize reform to come in and also reform the police system and how they're handling things with the murdering of unarmed men. Which is very, very, very unjust. So just like how we're going against the judicial system on how we're having a lot of minorities unfairly incarcerated, I think we need to do the same thing with the police system that is unjustly murdering a lot of minorities. So let's go ahead and take a look at this sneaker. Let's do the 360 view. I know you guys like your 360 view. There you go. Here's the top of the sneaker. And this sneaker is just it's really dope. It's just got so many different designs and layers on this sneaker to even talk about. There's just so much going on. The main concept is the black part is pretty much symbolizing the struggle that we go through as minorities in the judicial system, and the red on the sneaker, we see red here, and all this red that you see on this on the sneaker symbolizes the blood that has been shed throughout the struggle, even going back to slavery. It's just the blood that that has been dropped in order to gain justice and equality as minority. And we're going to start with the upper. So we'll start the toe. The toe is a nice suede material on the toe, and going all the way up on the tongue, It's all suede as well. You have the Puma cat right here. There you go. And then you have the words here. I wish it was my only thing about this here is that there's a deep message right here on the tongue. It's a real deep message. And I feel with the shoelaces, you can't really read the message. So I feel if they had put the message like on the midsole somewhere, even just on the upper somewhere, like you got all this space here on the upper. Look at that. You got all this space here on the upper, all that space here, all this space on the upper, even on the heel, that they could have wrote something that's so important. And they got so much space on this sneaker. I feel that they could have kept the tongue here. I mean, the Puma cap. I think they could have kept the Puma cap on the tongue. I think that's dope. But this, what it says here, and it says this on all the other 3 sneakers as well. It says, we had to be seen because we couldn't be heard. Now, this actually goes back to Tommy Smith during the 1968 Olympic Games when he put his fist up after he won the gold medal during the medal presentation. He utilized the Olympics as a perfect time. You got millions and millions of people looking at the Olympics, and when he put his fist up, people would be able to see him, and he could show the struggle that we're going through, as opposed to us just talking. Nobody's listening to us when we talk. So he was saying, hey, we had to be seen. I won the gold medal, and I utilized this platform and this stage to push our struggle. So that's exactly what he meant, said here. So like I said, I feel it could have been put somewhere else on the sneaker with all the space on the sneaker, as opposed to the tongue, because you're going to put your laces and you can't read it. But hey, I didn't design the sneaker. So let's look on the lateral side of the sneaker. This lateral side here, this quarter part of the sneaker. This all, I'll say this 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters of the sneaker. And it's all, different material. So this first part of the material is a canvas material, as you can see. And then you have the stitching here, and then this red stitching here to separate. And here you have your leather. And on the leather, you have the Clyde. Then you see your stitching here again. And then with the red that separates that, you have your suede right here. Then you have your canvas right here. So those are the 4 different panels there. Let's look at the heel. It is separated as well. Right here, this is a suede continuing from here. So you got the suede here. You got your canvas right here. And then you have your canvas here as well. This is your leather all the way. Then here on the back, you have your leather. And then you have your tab right here. And that's coming through usually, as you know, on Clyde's. If you're familiar with Clyde's, 99.9% of the time, this is blank. And so all they did was put the tab coming out of this part right here. So let's look at the medial side. Same thing as lateral. You have your canvas right here, suede here, leather here, and then you have your leather here. This whole part right here is leather. And I like how they separate everything with the stitching in the red, and that really separates the different panels and gives it that nice aesthetic. You have your canvas right here on the eyelids here. It's what material? It's suede on the eyelids here. And on this side as well, it's suede on the eyelid here as well. And then you have the nice stitching here that goes all the way around the sneaker that separates your upper and midsole. And that stitching is in white. And as you can see, it goes all the way around the sneaker with that stitching. Then you have your off-white midsole, your typical Clyde midsole. Then on the outsole, you can't really read it on this one. So I'm gonna get the other sneaker so you guys can read it. And it says reform, pound reform. So if you hit pound reform, it will take you, you'll see all the information and post in regards to the reform organization. And so go ahead, go on Instagram, Twitter, hit Pound Reform, and you can see a lot of information, posting, etc. in regards to the Reform organization. I like how they got it in red here and have that in black. So got the red bottoms. The insole, same thing on the insole. It says Reform on the insole as well. Both insoles have Reform on them. Came with your Fat Boy laces, and then it comes with your regular slim laces. I'm not a big fat laces person, so I decided just to go ahead with these thinner lace option. And then plus, it makes it easier to be able to read what's on the tongue. And even on these sneakers, I wouldn't lace it all the way up. I want to have that tongue. I want people to be able to see what's on the tongue. So it's a great conversational piece if I'm out somewhere and someone says, hey, what is that? What does that say on your tongue? You can actually talk about what it says on the tongue. So all in all, this is a real dope sneaker. I like all the different materials and the different aesthetic of the sneakers. Real dope. The different materials and everything used, and just the story behind the sneaker just makes it even doper, especially in these times that we're going through. So I want you guys, go ahead, like, comment, let me know what you think about this sneaker. Did you cop these sneakers or not? If you do need assistance in picking these sneakers up, you can definitely just leave a comment on this video, or you can just hit me up on Instagram. The Instagram is @SneakersInTheFox. So shoot me a message, a DM on Instagram, and I can definitely help you attain this sneaker so you can get this sneaker in your collection. I definitely feel like if you're a Puma head and you do understand the struggle that's going on right now, this is a sneaker that you definitely should have in your collection. The dope thing about this particular sneaker was that when Puma was selling them, they're actually still selling them right now, if I'm not mistaken. 100% of the proceeds were actually going to the Reform organization to battle the injustice that's going on in the justice system. So that's something I really, as I always tell you guys, that I really like about Puma, is that everything that they do as far as helping out the community in different ways, and joining forces with Meek Mill. And I felt that was just a great story, and a great thing that they're doing is supporting his cause. So like, comment, and make sure you subscribe. When you subscribe, you're the first ones to see new videos that drop. I just want to thank everybody for all their support, the subscribers. Definitely appreciate it. Continue to leave your comments. If you have some additional information or thoughts on how you feel about this, and then also just what's going on right now, please leave those comments. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a dialogue. Let's go. Follow me on Instagram @SneakersInTheFox. And to all my people, my sneakerheads, if you're a vendor, streetwear, don't forget June 6th, Fresh Kicks Market. Make sure you follow on Instagram, follow @FreshKicksMarket. We have the Fresh Kicks Market live sneaker event where you can buy, sell, and trade your sneakers. If you have not already signed up to be a vendor, you got sneakers you want to sell, you got clothes you want to sell, accessories like hats that you want to sell, make sure you go to Custommarket.biz and go ahead and register. If you're a customizer, if you feel that you're the dopest customizer out there, you want to make some money, go ahead and register as a customizer as well. The winner of the competition on June 6th will be getting $500. All you got to do is just go to Custommarket.biz and register. We're going to be pushing this virtual sneaker event. It doesn't look like we're going to have SneakerCon for the rest of the year, ComplexCon for the rest of the year. So we're going to bring this live and direct to y'all June 6th. Make sure you tune in @Fresh Kicks Market. Go register at Custommarket.biz.
Yeah, we cranking this for all the G's on the